Hello, everybody. It's Angel, and I'm here with Jack. And we're here to do a little video on how to make a lasagna. Um, I'm going to try to do it live through the portal, and if that doesn't work, then I'm going to have to switch to the phone. Yeah.
My mom's going to have to switch to the phone, which is, I need it for like 2 seconds when this video's done.
Yes, he needs my phone to play games. Hi, Amaryllis. How you doing?
Yeah, hi.
I think there's like a big lag on here, so it's kind of hard for me to see who's on until like a few minutes later. Right now, I'm just boiling the water, which it looks like it has boiled. I think you can see that over here.
It's over there. It's right there. Not there. There.
I like to have
it's hard
the
to
water
aim here.
on a medium boil.
What?
Hi, Leonard and Maribel. And Mom. I like to have it
And Daddy
on a medium boil. As I'm cooking the pasta, I put it all the way up to make it boil because it takes forever here. But once you have the pasta in, you're going to want to do like a medium heat. So I bought
my mom bought something
that is oven ready, but it's not really, because what you wind up having to do is add water or milk. Hey, Stella. And then it's like you have to cook it for way longer, and it's like this whole thing. So what I do is I'm going to take the pasta and I'm going to throw it in the water. These look kind of weird, but I'm sure they'll be fine.
Who's that?
That's our friend Stella. And
hi, Stella.
What we're going to do is once they're a little bit soft, then I'm going to take them out. So I'm going to throw these in, and these are from a previous set that I also had from Aldi. So you can mix and match. It's not a big deal. Hello.
Oh. What's that?
That's Miguel Torres.
Hi, Miguel Torres.
These guys are like too long, so I'm just going to kind of break them in half so that I can fit them in the pot.
Guys, I was just with my daddy watching the video that we're making, and while I was doing that, I just noticed that if I go over there and we're filming at the same time, it will say the same thing as in there.
Okay. So
but he's going slower.
These are like pieces. You could cook them too, because what we might need to do is maybe add some pieces to patch it up or whatever.
I told them, Daddy.
All right, Jack, you gotta go.
Why?
Because you're too loud. Okay, so today we're gonna do 2 kinds of lasagna. We're gonna do, hey Wanda. We're going to do a spinach lasagna and a beef lasagna, because if you're like me, you have family that eats meat and family that doesn't. So for me, every meal that's like a holiday or even an everyday meal, I'm cooking multiple dishes at the same time. So once the pasta is done, then we'll start lining the pans. What you're going to want to do is get a pan that, I use these sometimes to make a smaller one. So I'll use this one for the spinach and then the bigger one for the beef, just because I have more beef. What you're going to want to do is get your olive oil and kind of like cover the inside of the pan with a paper towel and olive oil, just to make sure that it doesn't stick. So I'm going to do that while the pasta's boiling. Any olive oil would work, but some of you might know my dad, who passed away, rest in peace, but he was Spaniard and he only approved extra virgin olive oil, first cold pressed. So that's what I have here. I don't want to mess up the legacy or anything. It's a little bit more expensive because it's actually the first time that the olive is pressed. I don't know if you guys know that. I know a freakishly lot about olive oil because of him. But in any case, you get the most out of the olive oil when it's pressed the first time. So we're just going to take the oil, and you could really smell the olive on it when you get the extra virgin first cold press.
Mommy.
Yes.
Can you actually do the thing when you touch it?
Oh, like special effects? I don't think so.
I think we can.
Let's see. Hi, Nani. How you doing?
Hi, Nani.
I can't see any comments, so I don't know if you guys are writing anything. I don't know why I don't see comments, but maybe my lovely assistant, my helpful husband will come out and help me. Hi, Isis. And Mary. Hi.
Who's Mary? Who's Isis?
And your Titi Loida is on there too.
Who's Titi Loida?
That's your Titi from New York. Okay, so let me check the pasta and see, since it's already parboiled in a way, since it's the oven ready one, it might be ready already. So let me check the pasta now. I'm going to use just a regular fork.
I am Jack.
Just a regular fork.
I am Jack.
So they're already soft, so you don't have to really worry anymore. Like, it's done. You don't want them to be too soft. Then it's called mouchade, right? You want it to be a little al dente because you're also going to bake it. So it wants to be soft but not so mushy.
Let's see mommy do this.
So I'm just going to dump this over here.
Wow, who's that? There's two people there's
All right.
there's people.
Yes, baby.
You gotta say hi.
There's more different people.
Yeah.
Can you say hi to them for me?
I don't know what their name is.
Isha.
Hi, Isha.
The thing that I love about lasagna is that it feeds a lot of people.
And my dad doesn't eat it every day because of my mom.
And the thing is that it's something that you can also freeze. So in times,
Titi Lila's
on there, Rebecca, Ashley, bunch of people are on. So the cool thing about lasagna, which I didn't know, which my stepmother-in-law told me about, which I'm so grateful for, is that once you make a lasagna, you can just eat what you're gonna eat and put the rest in the freezer once it cools in a Ziploc, like a freezer Ziploc, and eat it whenever. So that's really helpful, especially now when you're cooking maybe every day and you're not used to it, or you don't want to cook every day. You could just throw something in the microwave that's home cooked and delicious. Okay, so the oven is preheated to 375. Yes, okay. Hi, Becky. I told you I can't see the thing, so Jay is telling me who's saying what. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna let the noodles cool because you don't want to burn your fingers, and they're very hot. I don't know what's happening.
Oh my gosh.
So, in any case, I'm gonna move on to the filling. So I'm gonna start. For me, I like everything to be done at the same time because I don't want to be waiting and waiting and waiting. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do whatever's on the stove first, and then while that's cooking, I'll make the filling, which is with the ricotta cheese. Okay? So for me, I like to make it with avocado oil. Hey, Janine. I like to use avocado oil when I'm frying. It has a higher frying point, I guess, and it's like better for you than the olive oil. But if you have the olive oil, that's good too. Or you could use vegetable oil if you want for frying the meat. For the spinach, I use butter. I'm just gonna be real. I use butter. I use garlic powder, and I use some crushed red pepper. My friend Miriam had told me about that like years ago. That was her spinach always tastes delicious. I asked her what does she use. She used garlic powder, crushed red pepper, and butter. Not fake butter, real butter. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna put some butter in the pan. Just straight butter. And hey David, I'm gonna use a new knife because this one is yucky. And I'm gonna throw some butter in the pan. Okay. Just like a slab of butter. I feel like Paula Deen, which I don't really care for her, but this is pretty funny. I'm gonna put this in the pan. Okay. I don't think you could see the stove, but I'll show you, as it goes. So just like that much is probably okay. And then I wasn't able to get, and that's going to be on medium heat. I wasn't able to get any frozen spinach. I only got fresh spinach. So it's really good that I'm making this lasagna because for some reason my groceries were delivered and I wound up with 2 boxes of fresh spinach. So it's got to go somehow. Okay, so this is the spinach. I'm just going to throw some in there. And probably since it's fresh, I'm going to cover it. Hey, love. And I'm just going to, Titi Love is on the video too. I'm just going to throw it in there. I'll let the butter melt a little bit and then I'll throw in the spinach. And then I'll cover it. For the meat, I'm going to do onions and garlic first. Great with eggs? What, the spinach? Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I'm gonna do probably too. I'm gonna do the spinach. I got something called egg whites, and it's in well, I could just show you actually. I got this thing. It's called, hey Justin, liquid white egg whites. I always feel bad when we want to eat just egg whites because I don't know what to do with the yolks. So I wind up making like omelets for the dog or for our daughter with the yolks. Hey Chris. So this just makes it easier. I'm going to try it for the first time for breakfast one day. So I'll try it with the spinach and other veggies. Also, my friend Eric had put me on to chives in omelets, and that's really delicious with tomatoes. So, in any case, the butter has liquefied. I'm going to throw the spinach in, and then I'm going to cover it just to kind of steam it up a little bit so that it can wilt. And just so you know, which you might know, but just so you know if you don't, that you're going to want to cover stuff if you want it to get hotter. So if you want it to get hot fast, then you're going to cover it. And if it's going crazy, you definitely want to uncover it. Hey, David. So I got the spinach in the pan. Once that starts to wilt a little bit, then I'll add the seasoning to the spinach. Yeah, tell me something.
Okay, I'm about to tell you something.
Hey, Vincent.
So, on TikTok, whoever is watching this, me and my mom are going to make a video on this. You might want to download TikTok.
There you go. You've been warned.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug, I guess.
And there's some really funny videos.
Thank you. Okay, so the next thing.
Somebody's calling you.
Oh, okay, I'll call them back, okay?
Oh no, who is it?
I'll call them back. So anyway, happy belated birthday, Vincent. I've been meaning to wish you happy birthday. I'm sorry. It's just been crazy with all of this. It's crazy because we have so much free time, but I feel like it's just filled with a lot of schoolwork and a lot of craziness. So I've had to do the I'm the teacher now speech a couple of times, and it's worked out. Anyway, so this is the onion. First I cut off the tail and the front, and then cut it in half like this. I never cry when I do it like this. Hey Anna, what's up? 2 Annas. And then I just peel off the first layer of onion. I don't know if that's like really wasteful, but who knows what's out there these days, right? All these germs and stuff. So I do that anyway. Then I'm gonna cut the long way on the onion to avoid crying. So you're gonna cut along with the grooves. Just trying to keep an eye on the spinach. It's wilting, so that's a good thing. And actually, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more. So now I'm gonna cut the onion the other way, so that, and I guess you can't really see it. Let me see.
This is how you do it.
I'm doing good, hanging in there, trying to stay busy and not go crazy with the kids all the time at home. Okay, so let's take a look at the spinach. So you can see that it's already like wilted for the most part, and it's really small. So I'm gonna add some more. And I don't know if you guys saw, but I actually already browned the beef, but I'm just going to heat it up again. So to do that, I'm going to put in some onions and garlic. That should be good.
Tara's watching.
Yeah, hi Tara. So this is my avocado oil. I get this from Aldi, and it's $7.99 here. I don't know about everywhere else, but I think that's a good price for this. I've shopped around a lot of other places, and it's been a lot more. So Jack heard that Tara is on the call. For those of you that don't know, Miss Tara is very, her daughter, Elise, is very good friends. Chelsea? Oh, Tracy, hey. Okay, so I'm just gonna coat the bottom of the pan completely with the oil, and then I'm going to add the aromatics. That's what they call them. So I already chopped up the onion. I'm going to chop up the garlic next, okay? Okay, let's see. Where's the garlic? Here we go. And really, like, I'll do 1 or 2 cloves for the beef because, you know, I'm going to actually also add garlic powder. So they say that if you add the powder to the garlic, hey Sandro, that it makes it more garlicky, like to use the actual garlic and the powder. So I try to do that also. So anyway, big boy Ethan Jack is friends with Tara's daughter Elise. So he got really excited when she's on the phone. On the live here.
Please.
Let me know if you guys have any questions. If you've made this before, if you have any suggestions, you know. So basically all I do with the garlic is just slice it and then cut it in half. So
Okay.
it looks like
You guys.
this.
You wanna if you think I'm eating something I am, and it's called an icing.
Yeah.
It's really good, but it's not good for your kids. It has a bunch of sugar.
Yes. So I'm gonna throw in the garlic and the onion now. The oil should be hot already. I have it on a medium heat also.
Should really order some for your kids.
All right.
Mom said, are you going to use adobo?
No. I don't really use adobo in Italian dishes only because I think the flavor is kind of different. So I'm going to show you all the different spices that I use. So this is the spinach.
That
so
looks
now,
good.
Yeah, it smells good too. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the garlic powder on here and also crushed red pepper. And I'm just going to cook it for a few minutes. Just moving it around a little bit.
Ooh.
And it's really to taste. Like if you really like garlic, I would say maybe half a teaspoon, but probably like a quarter of a teaspoon is enough. And the same thing with the crushed red pepper, probably a quarter of a teaspoon is enough on that. And then you're gonna want to use, for me, I like to use a spatula to move this around a little bit, just to make sure that everything is getting the seasoning. You don't want to just keep it in one spot. Jack, you're blocking the pan.
Miss Tara, if you are watching this video, see if Elise is watching.
If Elise is watching,
just comment.
comment once for comment.
Yep.
So now I want.
I'm gonna leave until you guys comment.
I want this guy. Hey, Omar. I want this guy to get hot really fast. So again, I'm covering it. And by now, probably the noodles are cold. So, like I said, I like to do it in like steps that make sense, you know. So actually, what I could do first is the ricotta. This is really like the star of the show. Hey, Ben. This is the star of the show, the ricotta. This is what's gonna make and break your lasagna. I learned these recipe secrets online. Yeah, from a couple of years, just picking them up along the way. You're gonna take, oh wait, this is sizzling. Hang on one second. See how fast I got hot once you covered it?
It's
Like the
done.
heat has nowhere to go, so just go crazy. And I already browned the meat, so I'm just gonna heat it up again like this.
If anyone thinks my hand hurts, maybe it does. Because I got a little scratch. You might not be able to see it in the video. I'm gonna show my dad. 1 minute.
This is cooking during the time of the quarantine. This is what you got with the kids everywhere, right? Hi, Linda. Alright, so I'm not making a giant lasagna, so I'm just gonna use like half of what I have here. And again, it's really good because you can use things that you have around the house. You can mix and match. You can do it with, beef. You could do it with spinach. You could do it with just cheese, So it's something that you can make real fast. And because of the noodles and the cheese, it's very filling if you don't have a lot of meat handy. It's kind of hard to get those things nowadays. So I just have I would say probably a cup and a half of beef right now in here. Okay, with a half an onion and 1 clove of garlic. So we're gonna let that guy cook a little bit, and then now I'm gonna do the most important part, in my opinion, which is the ricotta. And the reason I say that is because pretty much my whole life I've hated ricotta. I think it's disgusting. I don't like the way it tastes. So for me, I really like it to have its own flavor, so that it doesn't just hang out there. Like you want it to have seasoning. So the easiest way to pop it out is just to go around the edges with the knife. Okay. And then I'm going to do another one because I'm making 2. So I might as well season it all together because it's all going to be the same seasoning anyway, just in the interest of saving time. The meat sounds like it's going bananas over there. So I'm going to just check on the beef because it's going kind of crazy. All right, 1 second. Yeah.
Okay, you guys, that didn't go to my sister's party, and they don't know that my sister is a different age. My sister is finally, it was like a few years ago, but she's 5.
Who said that?
Tara.
Oh, yeah?
And Nathan likes it better that way because he also doesn't eat ricotta.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care for cottage cheese either. But I think that if you try this, you're going to really like it because it just has its own flavor. Hey, Christina. So you see how the beef is kind of clumpy, for lack of a better word? You're going to want to use the spatula or whatever. The spatula is the easiest, I think, to break it up into little tiny pieces and really just, separate it out. So I'm just going to do that real quick. And again, the oven is preheated to 375. So, and this is already cooked. The meat is already cooked. You're going to want to give yourself probably I would say 20 minutes to make the beef. And you could do that while you're getting everything else prepped, just like how I did it. Okay, so this is done for now. It's nice and hot and seasoned. I'm going to leave it off the burner. I'm going to leave it off the burner. And that was really hot. And then I'm going to let it cool down because apparently it's very hot. All right, so now back to the ricotta.
So Jay was just laughing. Jay.
Yes, your father.
I have
All
to
right,
call
so
him
this
Daddy.
is Parmesan cheese that I grated myself. I'm a big fan of Ina Garden, and one of the things she always says is that you don't know how long the grated cheese you have was grated. Like how long ago was it grated? You don't know. So it loses its flavor once it starts, once it's grated. So I'm going to take the grated cheese and I'm going to throw some in here in the measuring cup. I would say probably half a cup. Let's see. I like to be generous with the grated cheese. I just buy a block of it and grate it myself in the food processor. Okay, that's good. So that's half a cup. And I'm just going to dump it on here. That's going to give it a nice flavor. You could do less if you want. You could do a quarter of a cup. That's fine too. It'll still give you a good flavor. Then I'm going to take parsley. I only have dry parsley, so if you want to use fresh, obviously that's going to taste a little bit better, more elevated taste, but up to you.
Okay.
Yeah, get out of here.
Hey!
All right, so the next thing you're going to do is the nutmeg. This is really the secret ingredient for me. I think it just helps a lot with that ricotta taste that some of us don't care for. So I'm just going to use like, a little bit. Hey, Diane. Like that's probably good. I don't know if you can see it. Because it does have a strong taste. But the thing that I like about nutmeg is that it really cuts that taste that you don't care for. So like if you're going to make salmon, I always put nutmeg on the salmon. My husband found that recipe and I find it to be fantastic. It takes out that fishy taste,
Fishy.
I'm going to add a little bit more.
Wait, what? They taste fishy?
Who? I'm making lasagna, spinach and beef lasagna. I'm making 2 because I got a lot of picky people in my family.
That is true.
That is true.
And I don't eat lasagna.
All right. So I'm going to just put like this much garlic powder, but you could put as much as you want. I would say the most would be maybe like a tablespoon. I have 2 things of ricotta in here. They're 15 ounces each. So, and then I got to add some oregano. I'm going to put a little bit, a sprinkle. Okay, and I'm going to add some parsley.
Hera is at least watching.
Oh my gosh, Jack.
Comment down that if she is.
Okay, this is the parsley that I have. I have just like a regular thing of parsley. I think that for Italian cooking, parsley is really nice, especially if you're making meatballs. I always like to put parsley in my Italian meat. And so I'm just going to mix it up together. And you're probably going to want to add some salt to this as well. My family, we try not to cook with salt just because of high blood pressure and stuff like that. So I don't really add it. But if you like salt, then you're going to add a little bit of salt. The Parmesan already has salt, so you don't have to really add too much. And then I'm going to taste it. And then I'm going to add an egg. So I'm going to taste it before I add the egg so that I don't get poisoned. Hi, Panchita. Okay, let's see. Tastes good. It needs more garlic. And again, you just want to taste it. Like, does this taste good to you? Do I actually want to eat this? I don't know, And like I said, the noodles are done, the beef is done, the spinach is done. So this is just a matter of putting it all together. That's the next step. And then throwing it in the oven. So when you put it in the oven, you're going to want to cover it with aluminum foil in the beginning. And the reason for that is so that it cooks without like burning the cheese that's on top. And one of the interesting tidbits that I found out was that you could put Pam on the foil so that the cheese doesn't stick to it, which is a great tip because I've not done that before and it has definitely stuck, which is not good. Yeah, that tastes good. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, just a little bit. Okay. There we go. That's good. Just a little. They say that salt really elevates all the flavors and makes it just stand out. Okay, so here are my noodles. And then I have a giant mess here. It's like crazy. I usually clean as I go, but I'm trying to be fast. So I'm going to take the noodles. I've already put olive oil with a napkin on the noodles. On the pan. Okay? Here's that. So I'm going to layer the bottom of the pan. Let me see if you can see it. as I do it. Maybe that should work. Hey, Melissa. And like I said, if you have any suggestions, let me know. Did I just make it like super blurry because my hand had stuff on it? Probably. Is that better?